Let's move on and talk to another pharma company now, and this one is Biocon. Siddharth Mittal, the CEO and MD, joins us on the show. Siddharth, hi, thank you so much for making time speaking with us. Well, it was quite a weak show this time, to be honest, versus what Street was expecting. Can you talk to us about the reason of such a sharp miss versus what Street expected?
Yes, so we did have a weak earnings when you look at it. I mean, even though the revenue growth was very healthy, 60%, but in terms of the profitability, it was a bit of a degrowth. And the main reason was that there was a certain customer contract in the US for pegfilgrastim, for which we had to give certain discounts for previous periods, and that impacted the profitability. Now, this we do not expect to happen in the coming quarters, and we expect the profitability, which includes core margin, core EBITDA margin, and PAT to improve in coming quarters.
Okay, so at least in the coming quarters, profitability will improve and that discounting would be needed. But talk to me about the licensing income as well. How did that turn out in Q1 and what's the outlook?
Typically licensing income tends to be lumpy. When we out license any of our molecule to our customers, we receive these the licensing income, and we have had a out licensing deal or transaction with a partner which led to this large income during this quarter. But we do continue to expect licensing income to be there in the coming quarters. The amount, of course, can vary over a period of quarters.
Okay, point taken. Just wanted to shift focus to the Biocon Biologics business, X of licensing income as well. What kind of growth are you penciling in there?
I think it might be a bit premature to give a revenue guidance. I think what we had mentioned earlier is that we have an exit run rate of $1 billion post the completion of acquisition of Viatris's biosimilar business. And the growth is going to come on that $1 billion base from new launches, which includes adalimumab, which was recently launched by Biocon Biologics. And of course, it will take some time before we start seeing a big impact of that on the numbers. But apart from that, all our other regions, we do expect growth in emerging markets. We do expect growth in Europe and even in the US for Semglee, which is biosimilar glargine. We do expect to gain more market share. So sum total of all these growth drivers, we should see definitely the year to be higher than $1 billion in revenues, but it will be difficult for me to guide you specifically in terms of what that number would be.
Sure, point taken, and appreciate that. But at least could you help me with the breakup in terms of the biosimilar revenue, in terms of what regulated market did versus what emerging markets are likely to be like?
So 75% of the revenues were from the developed markets and 25% from the most of the world market.
Okay, and just a quick word on the overall research and development spend that you're likely to do in this year and next.
I think it should be more around 12% of the revenues. We are trying to see how best we can optimize the R&D expenses. But again, these the guidance which I gave will be lumpy. So, no, overall year basis, fiscal 24 and 25, we expect around 12% of the revenues. It can go up and down during the quarters, though.
Okay, and lastly, in terms of the debt reduction plans, how are they likely to shape up?
So we, of course, are in discussions with various investors to raise additional funds. And while the operating cash that will be generated from the business will be reinvested in capex and working capital, but to reduce the debt, it would primarily be the private equity fundraise.
Okay, so that on that note, we'll let you go. Appreciate you joining us on ET now. But with that